Are you on your journey of healing your inner child and want to avoid common mistakes? Hey, I'm Rona from CCM, where our mission is to help people to a better life mentally and emotionally. I'm going to start with my most common one, and that is pushing away feelings. When like my inner child wants to come out, or like wants to start to heal, and I start to feel those emotions, I very often just push it away and don't really think it's a good time, or I don't want to feel that right now. So yeah, I just push it away. And that is the most common one. And the thing is that if you don't push it away and you actually do feel it in that moment, it is easier to heal that, rather than you need like to, when you are pushing it away, then you need to like recall it back again. Because you can't really just push feelings away, you need to feel them to actually get through them. And for me, this goes a little hand in hand with the second one. The reason why I want to like have this, like I want to push it away and not doing it at the moment or something like that, it is because I feel more in control of them. And that's the second reason. Like, the most common mistake, or like one common mistake people do, is that they want to control it. They want to control when and how much. And in some way that is necessary, because we are living in a society where we can't feel all emotions all the times, and we can't really deal with everything when we can. But sometimes we do it also because we are sitting watching TV and just relaxing, and we don't want to deal with it right now. And that is a control feeling for me, that I have more control when it is. And I also do it like this. I like provoke it to come forward. So when I do want to I control. Yeah, now I want to do it. I make sure I do it. And that's the thing, like the control aspect of it is probably another inner child trauma or something that is coming on, and like it dictates a bit, because in some way I feel like I am the one in control, but in generally it is something else. It's another wound that is actually having control over me. It's not me who have control, it's just that I think I have. And the third one is that if we have like this wound and we start to like feeling it, and we start to like try to get through it, many people, and sometimes me too, is that we can't really stop when we are in this mode, and we can't really stop and letting it go. We are some way stuck there, and we just talking about it, and we can't like stop talking about it and over like focusing on it. And I know some friends of mine who does this, and they can't really get through it because they talk about it and talk about it, and when they just talk about it all the time, like they just stay there. They can't go through it. And that's the thing, like it's important to feel your emotions, but it's also important to go forward. And the thing is that if you aren't like ready and have healed it and you go forward, you can always go back again. And I also think that we shouldn't like over focus on emotion. Like if you feel sad, be sad, but we sometimes need to pretend to be happy to actually get happy, because our body like adjusts itself for what we want. So, and if we say that we want to be happy but doesn't do anything to actually do that, we won't be. But if we say that we will be happy, pretend that we are happy, we can sometimes like make ourselves go more forward to being happy. The fourth thing is that sometimes when we have a wound and from the childhood, or we have a wound in ourselves, and it affects us, and we get angry or we get sad, and we have these rational thoughts that it's because he was like that, she was like that. But sometimes it isn't so much about what they are doing or how the situation is. Like, we might overreact and it comes from a wound, but we don't really want to look at it. And sometimes it is like we look at it, but we look at it lesser wound, like a wound that isn't like affecting us as much emotionally, instead of going to the root wound where it stems from, where it comes, this lesser wound it also might come from. And being able to looking at the root wound will help tremendously. For me, like, I needed to go through those lesser wounds, I think, because I wasn't really comfortable with feeling like sad emotions with myself. So I wouldn't be like comfortable going through this bigger wound directly. I needed to go through those lesser wounds. And probably many people are like that, and that is totally okay. But when someone have this overreaction, think about it, and goes to this lesser wound and go through that and think that, now I'm clear of this, now I don't need to do this anymore. You aren't, and it will still affect you, because the bigger wound who actually made the smaller wound is still there. It will still affect you. And the last one is being harsh on yourself. Like, going through a journey where you start to healing wounds and traumas and stuff inside you, like emotional things, it will take so much energy, and it will take it won't take so much energy. It will take so much energy, but it will give as much, or not, like maybe even more energy in the end. But the first thing, like, it will feel a lot, and you want to really be comfortable with it. It's a reason why it's a wound and haven't got and healed. And in that process, many people get harsh on themselves, because they feel like, you should do this and then it's over and just go forward. And we have this go and go mentality. But sometimes you need to just sit down and listen to your body and just feel that your body is doing it best it can, because it does. And don't be too harsh on yourself, because you have done what you think is the right thing and what felt right for you to this point. You can't really change what you have done, and from your perspective at that point, I'm sure that you did as good as you could. If you want to take the very first step of healing your inner child, watch this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.